Ready, hot!
From the Opubco Studios in Oklahoma City, this is an OU Update with Jason Kersey. I'm Jenni Carlson. Jason, in the Sunday editions of the Oklahoman and on News OK, you and Gina Mizell did a project story about recruiting in tough areas and what that means for the coaches who go there and what it means for the kids who are recruited out of those areas. Mm-hmm. When you were reporting this, what stood out to you most about this idea of college scouts going into some rough areas to recruit kids?
Well, there were a lot of things about that story that really stood out. One thing that I found really interesting was how the coaches grow comfortable going into areas like that because the people there want their kids to get out. And I found that just very fascinating. Mark Mangino told a story about going into a really rough part of Miami and on his way out, a couple guys who, he was a little bit, scared of, I guess, coming out at night, came over to him and said, "Hey, we'll lead you to the interstate," and they, let him right out of the neighborhood. And there were just countless stories like that, and I thought that was really neat.
Yeah, one of the impact on coaches you wrote about, but you also wrote about the impact on the kids that sometimes get taken out of these areas and get a chance to go play college ball. Derek Woods is one of those guys, an Oklahoma wide receiver, redshirted last year. But talk a little bit about his story and then his impact potentially on what seems to be a growing, talented wide receiver group at Oklahoma.
Yeah, Derek Woods comes from a part of Los Angeles that's pretty rough. As a matter of fact, he mentioned that when he went to sleep at night, he got used to hearing helicopters fly above his house. And coming to Norman, that was one thing he had to get used to. He had to get used to sleeping without helicopters. And also his uncle was shot and killed just 2 days before the OU season opener this year, after he'd already gotten here. So he's obviously a kid that has come and really seems to be thriving in this new environment. And as far as how he factors in, I think that he's a kid who could come right in and really as a redshirt freshman get some good playing time. OU loses Justin Brown, they lose Kenny Stills. He's a kid who could really come in and make an impact next season.
All right, thanks, Jason. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.